Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. World Cup. Let's build up to Pickford, shall we? Let's start with Idrissa Gueye. Idrissa Gueye's Senegal is out after a
Yeah,
loss to, who did they lose to?
Colombia.
They lost to Colombia.
Also,
Yeah, it was a loss to Colombia because they played well and they didn't deserve to lose to Colombia, but they lost. And because of fair play, they're
yeah,
out. The tiebreaker with them and Japan. So, bummer, but you know what? Japan actually made a good showing for themselves in the
yeah,
in their
yeah.
first knockout round. So I'm not totally hating the fact that they were out. But yeah, here's the thing about Idrissa Gueye's team going out. It was off a corner, and Idrissa Gueye was on the post with his hand on his hip, just kind of chilling when the ball went about 4 feet to his right.
Oh dear.
So when I saw it happen, I was like, oh no, maybe I just missaw that. Oh no, I hope nobody sees that. And then it's all over the place.
Oh no.
So yeah.
Well, heartbreaking for him, but he did. I don't think he got credited with the goal in the end, but he did. He kind of did score in the first game,
Yep.
so it wasn't a total crappy World Cup for him. I mean, I really like Senegal. I was very disappointed when they went out. I mean, I like Japan too, but I really would have liked to see Senegal come through because it's not very. I think that was only the second time they ever got to a World Cup, and they really brighten up the tournament. They're not really a crap house team. To put it, they're not Colombia. They don't roll around causing trouble. Their fans are really good. Look like they're having really good fun in the stadium. They've got some very, very underrated good players, Gueye being one of them. And their manager just looks cool as anything. He's with the long hair and things like that. So I was very disappointed for Gueye. They didn't deserve to go out based on performances. They over the 3 games they played well enough to go through, definitely.
Yeah.
And to go out in the way they did, just off a fair play rule, that's very tough to swallow for them. But at least Garner can go on his vacation now and come back for pre-season nice and fresh. So shame for him, but Senegal's loss is Everton's gain. So
Well, with just
not the biggest disaster, is it?
no, it's not. I mean, for him a bit, but at the same time, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, how long has he been here, and how many times have you sat there and questioned him, his effort, or his attitude? I say none.
Never.
Okay?
Never.
And the only negative thing I've really seen from him was having his hand on his hip. He clearly mentally shut down for a second when that goal went
Lack
in.
of concentration.
Probably would not have gotten to that goal anyway, but the fact that he was doing that, it just looks bad, But you know what? It shouldn't happen for a professional footballer, but he's a human being. All right? So I'm not going to condemn the guy on one play, but let's hope that shit doesn't creep in to this season. And I don't think it will. Okay? I felt like we can depend on him for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Idrissa Gueye is out. Gylfi is out. Okay? After Iceland lost to Croatia 2-1. For the most part, I feel like Gylfi's strongest performance was against Argentina, that first game, and that was Iceland's strongest performance, really. Again, I'll be glad when he comes back too.
Yeah, it was kind of similar for him. I mean, he had a tournament with his ups and downs. I mean, he missed a penalty in one game, then he scored in the next game, and then they went out again. So it just was very much a yo-yo World Cup for him and Iceland in general. But he was coming off of a long injury. I mean, wasn't he out for like the last 2 months of the season going into the World Cup? So yeah, he can't have been fully fit, really. But hopefully those 3 games that he played, I don't think he played any warm-ups prior to the tournament, did he? As far as I'm aware.
I
think he
don't
just played
think
those
so.
3
I
games.
think it was a little questionable as to whether he was going to be fit for some people. And then it was declared fit, like I think that week. So
yeah, so basically he's played 3 games in about 2-3 months. So hopefully that's just the perfect amount of game time for him to kind of kickstart again and reawaken his muscle memory and kind of get his fitness up. And then it's the perfect time for him to go and have a rest again. So he was out for a while. He was recovering. He got fit. He got sort of physically fit, as in able to get on the pitch. And then he got a couple of game times in. I mean, obviously it's not pre-season; it's a World Cup. But for Evertonians, it would have felt like he's playing pre-season for someone else. He's got some game time under his belt. He kind of experienced the emotions of that goes through. So it's not just a case of he came on and he kind of just passed the ball around and it was all lackadaisical. He got to play in very high pressure, intense games. So he was able to break himself back in again, and that kind of, trying to think of the word, to kind of get himself back in that environment on a pitch in a big game where all his fans are looking and need him to really pull out a performance. To get 3 games like that after such a long time out, and now a chance for him to go away and rest again now, I think that's ideal. So hopefully when the pre-season starts again and he comes back, because obviously him and Gay are going to have a little bit of extra time to recover. When he's back in pre-season and he's fully back training again, hopefully he is absolutely in tip-top shape, because he's had a rest and he's had some game time as well in between that. So hopefully it's not a case of him needing to shake any more rust off. That's what I'm saying. He won't have any rust on him, but he'll also be very, very fit and fully ready to just start the season, bang in form, 100%, which was obviously not the case last season. He seemed like he was playing catch-up for a long time.
Yeah. He had that rest during our season, and now he's going to get a little rest during the summer. I agree. I think the World Cup was perfect for Sigurdsson being ready when our season starts. He's not going to get a full preseason, obviously, but this is a preseason, essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's getting that now. We do need... I will continue to be interested and intrigued as to how Silva's going to use him and how he's going to fit into Silva's system. So that's something I'll be really curious to kind of see how we play in our preseason game matches, to see what kind of formation we're playing and what players will be. I think it'll be interesting to see where Dowell's playing. Because I feel like Dowell's a similar player to Sigurdsson in terms of how they play. So I feel like wherever we see Dowell slot in, maybe where we see Sigurdsson slot in. I just don't see either one of them playing the wing, though, in a Silva system. I just don't. So, anyway, be interesting. I'll be psyched to have him back, though, because I want a full season with that guy. I really do.
Yeah.
So,
the man of the moment.
He's got short arms. He's not tall. He used the wrong hand. Anybody else want to slag this guy off, really? Anyone?
Well, now that he's done well for England and he's practically England's property, they're going to spend the next 6 months trying to get him to a Champions League club.
Of course.
That's the way the British media works. They'll tell a guy he's terrible, and then as soon as he does something good for England, he's the greatest thing since Winston Churchill, and he belongs in the Champions League at a Chelsea or a Man United.
Yeah.
So just get ready for that. Pickford, the guy who was too small, wrong hand, doesn't talk enough, all those things that these idiots were coming out and calling him, they'll be the guys banging the drum trying to get this guy a move to a big club. Now, you watch.
The easiest thing to do on a goal is to blame the keeper. That's the easiest thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's so simple. He's the one in goal. It's not as easy to blame the left back that probably should have shepherded the player out wide. Danny Rose.
I did think that. I thought, why is Rose giving that guy basically the entire field to pick his time, have a cigarette, have himself a cup of tea, and then have the shot at the goal? He gave him all the time in the world. But as you were saying a moment ago, what really struck me about the criticism Pickford was getting was a lot of goalkeepers were saying, no, the guy has not done anything wrong, get off his back. What are people criticising him for? And every single player I saw who criticised him was an outfield player, a defender,
yes,
a Lee Dixon, a Gary Neville, an Arsene Wenger in previous life. It's like, I bet those guys as defenders, they've got plenty of experience of blaming the goalkeeper when a goal goes in. It's not our fault, we're the defenders. It's not my fault that I didn't get out quick enough. It's the guy behind me, don't blame me. They've got plenty of experience in passing the blame or kind of just throwing all the bad press onto the goalkeeper. So, as I said, the criticism Pickford was getting was absolutely ridiculous. He's made everybody look stupid. The same guys who were criticising him the other night, or through the week, are now the same people who are up his backside now. Guys like Lee Dixon, who sits there on the TV saying, oh, Jordan Pickford got a lot of criticism and he shoved it right back down their throats and he proved people wrong. It's like, yeah, he got criticism off you.
Yeah.
Off you. Like Jordan Pickford proved a lot of people wrong. Yeah, he proved you wrong. Like, you didn't need to say all that. So, just again, I'm really happy for Jordan. I mean, he can say now, no matter what happens in this tournament, he can say he's had a good tournament now because he saved a penalty in the shootout. He was absolutely vital in getting England to the next round. He made that Matrix-style save 2 seconds before their goal. So Pickford is basically more than justified the fact that he deserved to be the number one going into the tournament and not Butland. And all the people who were just looking to jump on his back and just blame him because they need something to talk about, they've been made to look absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm more than made up for him.
Yeah, I told my wife, I was like, no one's going to talk about that amazing save he made right before the goal, because it was right before the goal. All right? The fact that he got full extension and batted it just past, and it was clearly going right into the corner, right into the upper right corner, okay? That full extension, it was amazing. And the thing is, that was a concentration tester because no one would have expected a shot from there. It was a great shot. It was fully smart shot off of that Colombia player. I totally don't remember who took the shot. I was so surprised. I've been busy watching Pickford in that replay. I don't even care who shot it. But honestly, I knew it. I knew that everybody was going to talk about the goal if they lost. You know what I mean? If England lost, that was what they were going to talk about. But thank God he made a great save in the shootout. And so I see a lot of people going back and showing that amazing video, that slow-mo video of him extending to that. Oh, man. So I'm just glad it's getting credit because it deserves it. You know, concentration is a fully underrated part of goalkeeping. All right? We all remember Tim Howard, okay? Tim Howard was an amazing keeper if he had to make 20 saves a game. If he's sitting there facing shot, you know, he can shut people down. He showed it many times before. But you remember when Martinez was the manager and he only had to face 1 or 2 shots a game? And he got scored on 1 or 2 times a game?
Yeah.
Like, I remember one time we played Spurs and Spurs had 1 shot and we lost 1-0, 1-0. Like, seriously. And it was a concentration thing with him. He's gotten older, okay? That's just who he is. People get older. It's the way it is. Right now, Pickford is demonstrating that he's got concentration, all right? People don't realize that's necessity, you know? So, we're happy as hell. This is good. You know, I'm not English, so I'm just having to rely on you guys' joy. And if an Everton player plays well, that's going to be one of my big priorities, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, anyway, this is good. This is good things. So now it's time to shut down Sweden. So, something we haven't discussed. Our picks for World Cup champ are all out. You had picked Spain, I believe, and
yes.
Terry and I had picked Germany, and Max had picked Germany. They're gone. So there's that. Our Golden Boot picks are not looking great.
No.
I think the main Golden Boot picks right now that are doing well, Kane and Lukaku. Sweepstake. Who's left? John had Germany. We were all squinting, furrowing our eyebrows at the fact that John, who had done the sweepstake, had Germany. Guess what? He's out. All right? I had Nigeria, the hipster jersey choice. All right? They're out. Max had Spain. They're out. David had Denmark. They're out. Tom had Saudi Arabia. They're out. Edward had Belgium. And he's one of the people that are still in. Okay? Paul, you had Costa Rica. The Ticos did not have a great tournament.
No.
Jacob has England. Clearly they're in. Thomas had Peru, they're out. Terry had Iceland, they're out. And Paul F. had Australia, they're out. So, Jacob with England, Edward with Belgium. Feasibly, those could actually meet in the final. Okay? So, we'll see. Okay? And no, whoever wins nothing. Just to say. It's not like we all chucked in like £5 because I don't even know how much that would be in dollars anyway. So, so I guess that's it for our World Cup update. World Cup date. Wordplay. So yeah, that's it for that segment. If you like the videos, please subscribe. We're about at 860 now, slowly chipping away toward 900. Thank you for that. Like and comment, all that hot stuff. Also, keep an eye out for Paul's work on the Toffee Blues website. All right? He drops articles every once in a while. Analysis. All right? Check it out. Paul, let's go do another.
Let's do another.
All right. Bye.